What up? What up? What's going on, everyone? Hope everyone is doing well. Happy Saturday night. Welcome back to another live stream here, Saturday Night Chill. Talk a little bit of tech tonight. We're going to talk a little bit about Apple. We're going to talk a little bit about Samsung. The Pixel, the rumored Pixel Watch is back, right? Some more leaks and rumors about the Pixel Watch. Tech, man. How are my fellow tech nerds doing, man? Hope you guys are doing well today on a Saturday. Very lazy day for me. Chill, to clean, I didn't do much else, man. Just chilling, bro. Just chilling. Let's see who's here. It's not going to be a very long stream. I know football's going on right now. I don't expect a lot of people to come through tonight. And I do want to know what you guys think of the new Apple leaks and rumors for the new iPhone, the 14, the whole series of 14s. The SE is going to drop even sooner. And we'll talk about all that stuff in a little bit. But let's see who's here right now. Shout out to everybody coming through already again. I don't even know if I'll stream for an hour, maybe like 45 minutes. It really depends on how the stream goes and the flow of everything like usual. Samuel, what's up, man? I wonder what the F is going on with Apple this time. Apple just is one of those companies that we love, but they never give us what we really want. Mobile opinions, what's good, slang and stream, or should I say what the F is going on? Yeah, it's crazy. We'll talk about it in a sec. We'll start talking about it in a second. Alien Tech Head in the house. What's good, bro? How you doing, man? Tech loving mama. Wasn't your birthday? Was it your birthday yesterday? Happy belated birthday. I know on the stream last night on Slangcast, I know Lou gave you a shout out and wished you a happy birthday. So happy belated birthday to Tech loving mama. Purge, there he is. Purge right there. Purge is the one that wished you a happy birthday. That is Lou right there, Tech loving mama. Max, what's good, man? How you doing, bro? Thanks for coming through. Canuck Mark, what up, dude? What's going on? My Tech Reviews. Hello, people. How you doing, bro? Good to see you. UFC, yeah, UFC's on tonight too. So I was actually enjoying the 49ers-Packers game, and I almost canceled the stream because I wanted to continue watching it. It's only halfway through, and I was so comfy. I had some food. I had a drink, but figure I'll come on a stream for a bit. We'll talk iPhone. We'll talk Apple. Apple is, they just rub me the wrong way, man. I'll still buy the damn phone. I'll still buy their products, but they just annoy the hell out of me. More so than any other company, Apple just annoys the hell out of me because they don't really care what we want. They don't care what we want, and we'll still buy their tech. We'll still buy it. Country Swag, good evening. Hope all is well. You too, brother. You too, Country Swag. Barry Johnson in the house. What's going on, Barry? Good to see you. Slang, Tech Level Mama, Jason C. Joy Braxton, what up? Same old iPhone. Yeah, man. So what do you guys think about them ditching the Mini this year, right? I've never owned a Mini. I don't really care for the Mini, so I'm not going to miss it. But what do you guys think that there is no more iPhone Mini? But yes, 41 yesterday. All right, happy belated birthday, Tech Loving Mama. Everybody drop a shout out to Tech Loving Mama on her belated birthday. Max says, I got tree screen, got the Niners game on one YouTube or another, and you'll see the other screen multi-tab. Yeah, man, it's a good day, right? It's cold outside. There's sports on. There's fights on tonight. It's just a good day to chill. I'm playing Xbox later too with some friends, so always a good time. So look, the iPhone SE is going to drop in a couple months. I don't really care for that. It's going to be the same old thing, the same version as last year with a better processor, what's the problem with the iPhone SE, right? It's the old form factor, which I don't mind. It's iconic and unique with Apple. I don't mind that form factor at all. As a matter of fact, I prefer Touch ID over Face ID. I think Face ID is a joke at this point in the world of masks. But the battery life on the iPhone SE has been the worst battery for me on any phone I've ever used. I had the iPhone SE last year. I got rid of it because it's unusable with the battery that lasts about 3 hours. With an upgraded chip and an upgraded processor, the battery life is going to be worse. It's going to be terrible with 5G, no less. 5G is going to drain the battery even faster. I don't see anything good coming from this year's iPhone SE. Now, next year, there are rumors for a bigger iPhone SE, which would be cool. I'd like to see that. Different form factor, right? I think we need to see an iPhone SE sort of like the iPhone XR, sort of like the iPhone 11, bigger, better battery. at that, reduced price. That's what the iPhone SE should be. It shouldn't be an iPhone 8 design still with crappy batteries. To release that this year, I feel is just a joke. Like you shouldn't buy that at all, ever. Canuck Mark says, watching this on iPad, UFC on TV. Yeah. Purge says, I was hoping Mini would be a hit, but it wasn't. Have to cancel it. There's no place for it. Yeah, a lot of people love it, but it's a very small circle, right? A lot of people think the Mini is the best device Apple has, but it's a very, very small circle, and I'm not one of them. Don't include me in that circle because I'm not one of them. If I wanted a small phone, I would buy, man, I don't know what I would buy. I don't want a small phone, so it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. Mobile says, going to the pill, I understand, but why add the hole punch is an interesting choice. And this is the problem with the iPhone 14 lineup. Like the pill, I'm all for, or even just the hole punch, right? Because first, the rumor for now the 14 and the 14 Max, right? The 14 Max is now replacing the Mini. And I'm cool with that. The Max, give me a bigger phone for a better price instead of the Pro Max. I'm cool with that. And, 60 hertz still, it could have at least gave us 90 hertz refresh rate on that. And it's still going to be expensive. It's still going to be a $900 phone for that phone. But that will still have the notch, right? The iPhone 14 and the iPhone 14 Max are still going to have the notch. And fine, okay. But if you're going to give me the Pro and the Pro Max, now with this weird-ass design, like, I was so excited. I was so hyped up for this phone when the original leaks and rumors, when John Prosser dropped his first video on the leaks with just that small hole punch. I was so excited and so happy. Finally, I had something to cheer about with Apple, right? That's what I've been wanting with an iPhone for years. So I was super excited that we were going to finally get it. But unfortunately, that's not the case. Apple just doesn't give us what we want. And I don't like the look of this at all. Like, just leave the damn knot. If you're going to give me this weird-ass design with a pill and a hole punch split, like, just leave the notch. One more year, leave the notch until you can get it right. Like, don't half-ass it. I just don't understand it. I'm not a fan of it at all. Will I probably still buy it? Yeah, probably will, unless I just keep my 13 Pro Max. But it's just frustrating, man. And I've been feeling this way with Apple for a long time. And I'll tell you what, if this S22 Ultra is a hit, my iPhone 13 Pro Max is going to be out the door. But that pill, yeah, the pill, I understand if you want to leave Face ID, right? Face ID is their thing. They're so stuck on damn Face ID. And in this world of masks every day, which isn't changing anytime soon, bring back Touch ID. I prefer Touch ID. Put it on the back of the phone. Put it under the display. The technology under the display is fine. And Apple apparently is working on their own version of that. Now, whether that's ready or not, I don't know. But they do have the technology there to give us a really good under the display fingerprint sensor. And that is rumored to be on next year's phone. But we hear that every year. Right? A clean front display with no notch and the under display fingerprint sensor. We hear that every single year, and every single year we get the same old from Apple. We get the notch, we get Face ID, and they always tend to leave out some of the things that we want. Now, I get it. Look, it takes years to make these phones, right? The iPhone 14 is well into production or whatever you want to call it. Like, they're well on their way to having a complete phone, if not already a complete phone. So they started this phone probably well over a year ago. So it takes time to implement all this stuff. I get that. But it's time, man. You have to compete. I mean, they're at the top. I get it. But I'm just so annoyed with their shit, man. Max says, to me, it doesn't make sense for them to release it. It's just a cash grab. There's nothing going to be better about the phone. Yeah, and the cash grab thing, you're right. First off, you're right. And I get it. And companies are doing that right now because of the pandemic. Everything is getting pushed back, right? So timing is off. And that's the problem with the S21 FE. It's a decent phone, but the timing is off. S22 right around the corner. S21 now and the S21 FE are very similar in price Why would you ever buy the S21 FE? And it was released months later than it should have, and they still released it just to get a quick cash grab. And it sucks. And this is some of the things that we are dealing with because of the pandemic. And it's very annoying, to be honest with you. Jason C., what up? Peaceful Queen in the house. Karan, sorry. I read that wrong. Peaceful Karan, how you doing, man? Trent's Tech in the house. What's good, Trent? How you doing, brother? Hope all is well. I enjoyed your stream earlier. Everybody check out Trent's Tech channel. He's got a good stream. He had a stream earlier tonight. It was a lot of fun, actually. Peaceful Karan, is there any models of the Yeah, there's 4. There's 4 models. You're going to get the iPhone 14. The regular is 6.1 inch? Yeah, 6.1 inch. Then you're going to have the 14 Max. So you're going to get no more mini. 14 Max is going to replace the mini. That's going to be 6.7 inches. So you're getting a big phone there, but it's going to have the notch and 60 hertz refresh rate. It'll have a good battery. It'll be a good iPhone. It will be a good iPhone. It's going to look just like this year's iPhone. Then you're going to have the 14 Pro and the 14 Pro Max with the weird-ass pill and hole punch. I would have been so happy with just a hole punch or even just a pill. But to split it up, it's so ugly. It's so ugly. The notch is already an eyesore. And again, I would rather just have them leave the notch for one more year instead of giving me this. And the notch is their branding, right? They did it with the MacBook Pros. They put a notch on a computer this year for no other reason than just to tell people this is an Apple product. That's the only reason the notch is there. That's it. On the very, very expensive MacBook lineup of computers. So that is their thing, right? The notch is their thing. Like, all right, leave it one more year. Until you can give me just that display with a hole punch, leave it one more year. And there is the technology right now to have the notch under the display. Now, it's not going to be completely invisible, right? We know what that looks like right now, like on the Galaxy Z Fold 3. But that would still be better than what they're doing, in my opinion. And I'm with you, Joey. I love Touch ID. I love Touch ID. I have an iPhone 6S downstairs. I still have an iPhone 8 Plus. I've actually been thinking about selling my 13 Pro Max and using my 8 Plus still. I use my 8 Plus around my house all the time. I love Touch ID. Trent says, take the Touch ID out of the iPad Air power button and put it into the power button in the iPhone. Simple fix right there. That's all you need to do. And we can have a simple hole punch just for the front-facing camera on the iPhone. And that is the Touch ID. That power button, Touch ID, works fantastic. It works really, really well. And they're already doing it on Apple products. So they already have all the tech. They just are stubborn and don't want to give us what we want, man. Could you imagine an iPhone 14 with that? Touch ID on the power button with just a very tiny, tiny hole punch? That's one of my dream, as close as my dream iPhone as I could get right there. That's what it would be. My dream iPhone would be, just nothing on the front, no hole punch at all, but a small hole punch just for the front-facing camera. Trent nailed it with that power button Touch ID. I'd buy that day one. Day one, I'd buy it. Now, one thing I do like, the camera bumps on the Pro models this year are supposed to be flush with the actual phone, right? So we're kind of getting away, and Samsung is doing it with the S22 lineup of phones this year too. We're getting away. For a while, it used to be like that, and then these companies gave us, where's my iPhone at? iPhone's downstairs. These companies gave us these big camera bumps, right? Huge camera bumps, okay? And now we're going the other way again. We're starting to see them go down so where it's flush with the back of the phone. So I'm digging that. Like, I'm all for that. So I don't know if they're doing it on all 4 models of the iPhone, but I know there are rumors that it will be a flush camera bump. So it won't wobble on the table anymore, which is always a good thing. Max says, I agree. They should bring Touch ID back and put it in the back of the phone. It worked before. People love it. Just put it there and you can keep Face ID. Just got to be as strong. Yeah. Look, Touch ID on the back, like a Pixel, right? The Pixel 5a, Pixel 5, Pixel 4a. They have the little button on the back of the phone, and that is I mean, think about that. That is the perfect spot for a fingerprint sensor. And I get it why they don't do it. A lot of companies kind of do that on budget phones. So I think the perception when you see that is that the phone is cheaper and worth less. So I think that's why the flagship phones don't have that, because I think perception here is that it makes it look like a cheaper phone. But for me, like using the Pixel 5a when it came out for a long time, that's the perfect spot. Like your pointer finger, it just falls right into when you hold a phone. Like this is the Pixel 6, or no, this is the Note 10. But when you hold the phone, I mean, that's where your finger goes anyway. That's the perfect spot for it. But I get it. It's perception. At least that's what I think. Let me know what you guys think. But I think perception on a fingerprint sensor like that on the back of the phone makes it look cheaper. And it does to me too. I feel like it's a cheaper looking phone. I would do it. Like imagine an iPhone with the Apple logo on the back as the fingerprint sensor. That would be cool. But I do prefer it. I would prefer it where Trent was talking about on the power button, like the iPad Air. That's a perfect spot for it. My tech review said they might come with an iPhone SE to replace the Mini. Well, the iPhone SE is coming out. It's already coming out. The iPhone SE is going to be available in a month or two, but it's pointless. The iPhone SE is a waste of money. Don't buy it. The battery life is going to be terrible. It's going to be the same form factor as last. So pretty much the same phone as last year, but with 5G. Come on, man. Like they said earlier in the chat, it's a money grab. Like the iPhone SE last year, it's a phone that I would buy. Like my mother, for instance, she doesn't like to use, she needs that home button, right? The home button is important for her. And the only iPhone I could buy right now for her would be the iPhone SE. Right now, she's using an iPhone 8. What does she have? iPhone 8, just an iPhone 8. And the only phone that I can really get her with the home button moving forward is the iPhone SE. But with 5G added to it, and it's going to be a terrible battery life on this phone. Like last year's iPhone SE was terrible. Like one of the worst batteries I've ever seen on a phone. It was horrible. So the iPhone SE is coming, but next year, again, rumors are next year's iPhone SE will be bigger and better. And I'm assuming, and this is just my guess, that it's going to look something like the iPhone XR or the iPhone 11. I would think that's the next move for that lineup, right? That friendly budget iPhone that everybody wants. Smack that like button. Yes, sir. Thanks, Trent. Sep says, I'm watching this on my OnePlus 8 and on my TCL. Nice, bro. Nice. TCL is a company that I am looking forward to seeing what they come out with their phones. I got a chance to hang out with them and see some of their products at CES this year in Vegas. They got some dope tech coming out, guys. Their TVs are amazing. Their sound bars are really, really good for the price. And their phones, their lineup of phones, the 30 series of TCL phones look really nice. Two different options. And they have a folding phone that at some point will be coming out. The one that they had there isn't readily available. They're still working on it to bring the price down, but that phone was super dope. And I would choose that phone over the Flip 3. It was wider than the Flip 3, and in my opinion, better. But OnePlus, what do you guys think of the OnePlus 10 Pro? Do you guys like the design of that? I don't like the design of it at all. I'm still trying to get my hands on a OnePlus 9 Pro. Even a OnePlus 8 Pro, that blue OnePlus 8 Pro is fire. Samsung did it with the S8 10. Yeah, so you can do that with the power button and throw Touch ID. Like that's a really good spot for it. It's on computers now too. Like Macs have it now too. We don't need the notch. We don't need Face ID. We don't need it. Mobile Opinion says branding exercise. I think that means move more to Apple than what a user wants. Yeah, I would agree. I would agree with that. And that's what I mean. Apple doesn't really I don't think Apple takes into account what we want. Not at all. They're just going to keep doing their thing. And why would they change? Right? They make $2 trillion. Why would they change? They're just going to keep doing what they want. People, I'm sitting here complaining about it. I'm still going to buy it. Why would they change? Do it like the Xperia XZ. Yeah. There's so many other ways you could do it, but the notch is iconic to Apple. Face ID is iconic to Apple. That's Face ID is their best. And I've hated Face ID since the iPhone 10 came out. When they first dropped Face ID, I returned my iPhone 10 and went back to an 8 Plus. Face ID just has never worked well for me. And this was before the mask, right? This was before the pandemic. Face ID just never worked well for me. It was always Touch ID, always Touch ID. And I sold my iPhone 10 and went back to an 8 Plus. I've had the 8 Plus, man. This is my third 8 Plus. So I bought the 8 Plus first, and then I decided to try the iPhone 10, and I sold my 8 Plus, and then I got rid of the iPhone 10 and bought another 8 Plus, and then I, eventually went to the 11, the 10s Max, and then sold that 8 Plus, and I just recently bought another one because I missed the home button. It's crazy. Canuck Mark said, could the bumps be due simply to the lens technology? Yeah. Lens technology is changing this year. They're throwing in some periscope technology, so we're going to have a better zoom this year on the lineup. Now, I don't know if it's going to stretch across the whole iPhone 14 lineup of phones, but we are going to get some type of periscope zoom. It's rumored 5x this year and 10x next year. And we'll see. We'll see what that. I don't really care for periscope zoom. For me, it's kind of like you could take a moonshot, right? But what are you going to do with that? Like that's kind of like for creepers, in my opinion. I don't know. Not for me, but I'm cool that we are getting flat camera bumps, like a flush back on a phone again. Those were the days, the original iPhone, like 4 and the iPhone 5, like those were all flush backs with phones. And we're going back. Samsung's going back to that. Apple's going back to that. I'm cool with it. That's a change I like. That's a good change for me. But we don't ever look at the back of the phone anyway, right? It's the front display that we look at every time we use our phone. And now we're going to have to look at either a notch if you buy the cheaper models, and they're not cheap, right? 900 and 800 are what those are going to start at. Or we're going to have to look at that pill and that hole punch. Max says, yeah, like I don't like a phone that I can't put flat. I love flush camera mount. That's what LG was known for. Yeah. It'll be nice to go back to that. It will be nice. And I think a lot of case companies try and fix that a little bit with some of the cases that they drop. Dino says, I bought the SE for my dad specifically because of the home button. Yeah. And the older generation of people like the home button. They don't like change. I don't think my mom would be able to, she might be able to get used to like the gesture-based phones. Like if I bought her an iPhone 11 or something like that, eventually she'll probably love it. But just getting them to change is an issue because she literally loves the iPhone 8. Like to her, it's fast enough, does everything she needs it to do. She just uses it for texting, social media, and phone calls. That's it. And camera. And for her, it's fantastic. Sep says, got your mom some iPhone SE phones and a bull sale on eBay. So I could, but the SE battery life is terrible. The iPhone 8 has a better battery life than the iPhone SE. The iPhone SE has terrible battery life. Terrible. I hate it. I owned it and I got rid of it fast because I hated it. Seb says, I want the OnePlus 9 RT with that sandstone back, or OnePlus 9 Pro 256 for the low. Yeah. Go on eBay, bro. You can get some good deals on the OnePlus 9 Pro, 9. I still want that, man. There's something about that what is it, Nebula Blue? I think that was the name of it, Nebula Blue on the OnePlus 8 Pro. That is, I think, my favorite looking color on a phone that I've ever seen. And I've wanted the OnePlus 8 Pro since I got rid of my OnePlus 7 Pro. But I am buying the S22 Ultra, and I am going to buy the that red color because it's a matte color, right? Matte black, matte white, matte black, and that matte red color. That red color looks amazing. And the rumors are that we are going to have every color available at launch. And I did reserve it. I reserved it already with a trade-in. I'm going to trade in. Now, I'm going to trade in my Fold 3 for this phone. So that's how much I want this phone. Unless somebody wants to buy a Fold 3, I'll sell it to them. But I am going to trade it in. I thought about putting it up on Twitter, but we'll see. Trent says, I'm rolling with the iPhone and the Pixel. Samsung flagships have just gotten too expensive. If I decide to get a Samsung, it will be on the swap or sale. Yeah. And I only buy Samsung products because of the trade-in deals. That's it. And I don't really know what they're going to give me for the Fold 3 if I trade that in, but I do have a Note 10 Plus that I think they're offering $500 for a Note 10 Plus 5G. So we'll see what the trade-in is on there when the phone is released or when pre-orders are available. But they're expensive. And the Pixel, speaking of the Pixel, really quick, Trent had a good video earlier today, a live stream, talking about the Pixel Watch. What do you guys think of the watch? I'm excited for it. We'll see when it drops and the specs on it. And I like the design of it. I think it looks nice. If that's what it looks like, I do think it will look nice, but it just has to come. I think it has to come big with the internals, and it has to compete, and it has to fit into the ecosystem with the Pixel. And I think it has to work flawlessly for it to have any chance to stand on its own. But my Pixel, since the updates, I had the Pixel 6 Pro, and since the update, it's been fine. It's been fantastic. I haven't had any issues with it at all since the update. And it sucks because it's a good phone, but I know a lot of people are still having issues with it. And at this point, I think it's too late, right? I think it's too late for this phone to be considered a hit. Better option, in my opinion, is to buy the Pixel 6, but I don't even know if I could recommend that with everybody. Everybody has different issues with their phone, and it's disappointing. I'm not surprised because of the Tensor chip. I didn't expect much from the Tensor chip this year. It's just an Exynos chip that Google took and rebranded it and tweaked it a little bit to be their own. And Exynos has had plenty of issues in the past, so I'm not surprised. Gene G says, do you think the rumored iPhone 14 will eliminate physical SIM cards and go to eSIMs only? I don't think they'll do that yet. And it's the same thing with the rumored portless iPhone. I think we're years away from that. And every time we think we hear something about an iPhone, it usually comes 2-3 years down the line. So I don't think eSIMs only are a thing yet. If you remember back in the day, there were no SIM cards on iPhones, right? And AT&T was the sole company you could buy an iPhone when they first dropped, and there were no SIM cards back then. So in a way, they're going back to that, but I don't think we're going to see that soon. I don't think it's time yet. Gene says, I love Face ID. Okay, somebody on the love side of Face ID. Gwendolyn G in the house. What's good, Gwendolyn G? How are you? I still have my product red. Yes, iPhone 8 Plus, and we'll never get rid of it. That's what I have, the product red, and I love it. Love it. That's the best color one of the best colors on a phone. It's so close. I like the OnePlus blue better, but that product red on that 8 Plus is absolutely beautiful. I love that phone. I don't think I'll ever get rid of that phone either. There's no point. They're so cheap now. There's no point to ever get rid of it. Gene says a lot of older people keep their phones forever until it quits and they get a new one. Yeah. I mean, my mother, I bought her the phone. I paid for her bill. I want her to, be connected. So I just don't know what to get her next, right? I don't know what to get her. Like the iPhone SE will be kind of, in my opinion, a worse device than the iPhone 8. I might have to try like a 10R or an iPhone 11 and just teach her how to use gestures instead of the home button, but she's not going to like it. Take love, mama. My mom doesn't like any of the lock stuff on. She has the Fold 3 before. She always had a Note. Wow. Your mom's rocking the Fold 3? Good for her. Jesus, my iPhone SE 2020 had tremendous battery life. Wow, really? My iPhone 12 mini purple the 12 mini had crappy battery life too. You're the first one I've ever heard say the iPhone SE had great battery life. But if you're comparing that to the 12 mini, I can understand because the 12 mini was terrible. Cool phone, cool concept, but terrible battery. Mark says, trying to get old people to change is hard. I tried to teach my grandma how to boil water in the microwave. Nope, had to use a kettle. That's hilarious, dude. But I get it. Change is hard, man. They don't want to change. They don't want to do it. Max says 5X and 10X zoom. Yeah, for Periscope work. Yeah. 5X this year, 10X next year. Yeah, I mean, for work, people that use it, not for everybody, not for me. Tech Love Mama says, I like the in-screen fingerprint scanner, but the side power button reader I've grown to prefer more now on my Fold 3. Yeah, I have it on the Fold 3 as well. And again, when you hold your phone, it's like on the back, right? With your pointer finger, when you're holding your phone, your thumb naturally sits on that side, right by the button. So it is a really good spot for it. Midnight blue is a great color. Yeah, it really is. Gene says the side fingerprint scanner is horrible. They need to put it back on the back of the phone. It's crazy, right? People like different things, bro. I like them both. I like it on the side and I like it on the back. I prefer that. I'll take either of those over Face ID any day. Any day. Face ID just doesn't work for me. It doesn't like my face. It just doesn't like my face. For whatever reason, it doesn't like my face. Seb says OnePlus 7 Pro had the best colors. Almond gold. The almond gold was dope. Nebula blue and midnight black. Yeah. OnePlus 7 Pro, that for me will forever be an iconic phone. Had the camera that slid up from the top, right? That a lot of people, it kind of scared a lot of people from, thinking that it was very easy to break, which it wasn't because it had a sensor in it. When you drop the phone, that would automatically close, which is super dope for back then, that kind of technology in the phone. But that had, to this day, for me, the OnePlus 7 Pro had one of the most beautiful displays I've ever seen on a phone. No obstructions anywhere. Just a clean sheet of glass with a beautiful display. And I think back then it even had 90 hertz refresh rate, which was unheard of back then. Gene says, I have a OnePlus N200 5G and it's midnight blue. Nice. I was in Best Buy today, just kind of walking around looking at phones. I got gift cards at Best Buy. I just don't know what to buy. If that's correct on your Note 10 Plus, that's cool. Samsung is offering what people sell them for, so you're getting the full worth. Yeah, well, the Note 10 Plus 5G, they're going to give, I think, $500 at a trade-in. The Note 10 LTE version is only like $250. So if you have the 5G version, you're going to get a hell of a lot more as a trade-in than the regular Note 10 Plus. I don't know what that means, homie. Seb says, birthday watch is the best day of the year. Gene says, my mother has a product red iPhone 12. Nice. Product red is so nice, man. Does the iPhone 13 mini have the same battery issues? No, it's improved. The 13 has better battery life than the 12 by a lot. The 13 mini has battery life like the regular iPhone 12 and 12 Pro. That's how much improved it is. Side fingerprint reader is also the power button. Correct. I like that, though. I like that. You can, that's how it should be. My tech review, every carrier will have to move completely to CDMA to be able to go eSIM. This way you can buy the phone and use it. Well, that's not happening. Everybody's not going CDMA. There's no way T-Mobile and AT&T are going away from GSM. They have too much money invested, too many towers built out. That'll never happen, ever. Seth says, throw the phone in a volcano, Gene. It's evil. Yeah. Are you getting the S22 Ultra? I am. I'm definitely getting the S22 Ultra day one, and that will be my daily driver, I think, moving forward. Right now, I'm using two phones. Right now, I'm using the iPhone 13 Pro Max, and I am using the Google Pixel 6 Pro. And then when I come home, I kind of use whatever. I got phones laying all over the damn place, so we'll see. Seth, what phone are you talking about? My OnePlus N200 5G has a side fingerprint reader, which is horrible. Well, you're also talking about a $200 phone? Of course it's not going to be that good. We're talking about, other phones with like the iPad Air is a lot more money, and it's better tech for the side fingerprint sensor compared to the OnePlus N200. That's a budget phone. I'm getting the red color. I'm going to get the red color, whatever they call it. I don't know what the name of it's going to be, but that like magenta red color, that dark, deep red, that matte color looks. I love red phones. That's why we're talking about the OnePlus 8 or the OnePlus 8, the iPhone 8 Plus in the product red. I just got something about red phones I think just look amazing. Red and blue phones just, to me, look fantastic. I love white phones too. That's why I have the, under here, I have the Note 10 Plus in white. You can kind of see the white. So I love white phones too, but I had the Note 10 Plus in white. I had the Note 20 Ultra in white. And the white looks great on the S22 Ultra, but that red looks, to me, the black looks good too. Matte black, super dope in matte black. And that disgusting Nord N200 with trash 480 processor. OnePlus is selling us the cheap Nord phones, and India gets the slick ones. Yeah, it's true. You're not wrong. And I looked at the Nord N200, right? Because I just said I had gift cards for Best Buy, but nah, I picked that thing up. That thing felt so cheap. It felt like a toy. And that phone feels like a toy. I'm not surprised the fingerprint sensor on there is trash. I was going to buy it from Sep. Sep knows I was going to buy his Nord. He was like, nah, don't do it, man. He didn't even want to sell it to me. Gene says, Sep must mean my iPhone 12 mini. That Nord N200 is red hydrogen trash. Red hydrogen. Remember that phone? What phones are you guys using right now? What is your daily driver? Are you using a Galaxy device, a Pixel, an iPhone? What are you guys using as your daily? If you have the OnePlus Nord N200, is that your daily, Gene? Yeah, $209 for that phone. It's not going to have good tech in it. It's just not going to happen. Nice, but I like that green one, bro. Yeah, the green, all the colors look super dope. They all look really good and clean, man. You're not going to go wrong with any of the colors on the S22 Ultra. I am worried about the price, though. It's going to be crazy expensive. Samsung, but they're going to, they give us great trade-in deals. They do. And that's the only reason I buy their phones is for the trade-in deals. And they always throw in a free pair of buds, right? Not that I need any of their buds. I have them all, but they always end up throwing in a free pair of earbuds. Hopefully it's not the Galaxy Buds Live, though. Like they just did. That's what they were giving away with the S21 FE, were the Galaxy Buds Live, which I think is a joke. Like those are old at this point. My N200 is $209. Yep. You paid too much, Gene. I got it for free, and it was still too much. Yeah, Seb, you won that phone, right? Seb, you're winning all kinds of stuff, by the way. You need to go play the lottery, bro. You win all the time, man. All these contests, you're getting free stuff. You just got the NeoBuds Pro, didn't you? I see you, bro. I lurk. Joseph says, Z Flip 3 just got the UI update. Yeah, I've been trying to buy that phone now for about a month. I would love to get my hands on his. This is how much I'm trying to buy a Z Flip 3. I bought a case for it. I already had the case here. Case got delivered the other day. So I have a case for the Z Flip 3, and at some point I will have it because I do want to play with that phone. After using that TCL flip phone in Vegas, it just made me want that Z Flip 3 so bad. So I am looking to get it used on eBay. I'm not buying that thing new. My phone I use every day is my iPhone 12 mini. Nice. Canuck Mark, Note 10 Plus. There you go. I'm loving the Note 10 Plus, bro. And what I like about the Note 10 Plus, if I can get this case off here, I got to rock with a Pataka case, by the way. Not sponsored. But what I love about this Note 10 Plus is going to be very similar to the S22 Ultra. This camera bump on the back, take away this black bar and this bump. Underneath that are the 3 lenses, and it's the same basic setup as on the S22 Ultra. And that's why I bought the Note 10 Plus again, to kind of get ready for the S22 Ultra. And I'm glad I did it. The Note 10 Plus is still a really, really good phone. Don Colvin, what up, Don? 11 Pro Max, dope phone. Love that phone. I had the green 11 Pro Max for a long time. And if I can go back in time and do what I did over again, I would have kept that phone. and not purchase the 12 Pro Max, because the 11 Pro Max is still, in my opinion, one of the best iPhones that Apple has ever produced. The 11 Pro Max for me was just an all-around monster. Best battery life on any iPhone except for the 13 Pro Max. What to see, what that add to an S Pen on the S22. I know the latency is going to be which you would expect, right? The latency on the Note 20 Ultra was the best as far as it feeling realistic, like you're actually writing on something. And of course, the leaks and rumors are this is going to be the best latency on any Note. It's a Note phone, right? That's 22 Ultra, but it's basically a Note if it has the S Pen. So the latency is going to be next to nothing, and it's going to feel pretty realistic when you are writing with the S Pen, which those are just numbers they're throwing at us, right? Because it's already super fast, and we can't perceive it. Our eyes are not fast enough to perceive that delay anyway. From the Note 20 Ultra, even from the Note 10 Plus, when you write, we can't perceive that unless you put it under a camera and slow that footage down. You're not going to be able to see it anyway. I'm trying to find a nice deal when I can afford on a nice condition S10 or S10e. Tech Level Mama, who was selling an S10e today on Twitter? I think it was Dom. Check out Dom's Twitter page. He was selling an S10e for I think it was like $200 on Twitter today. So you should check that out. On a nice condition S20 or S10 or S10e for my son's birthday. No luck yet. Hopefully this week, but damn, some people are selling them for check out Dom, Tech Avengers on Twitter. He was selling it today. I saw it today. And I already know that because he was selling that. He was selling a Pixel 4a, and he was selling a Note 10 Plus 5G for $300, which I thought about buying that phone just to get another trade-in. Spend $300 on it, trade it in for $500. Carlos says S20 Plus upgrading to the S22 Ultra. Very nice, very nice. Z Fold 3. Z Fold, man. I love them. I bought the Phantom Black one when it came out, and then I bought the Phantom Silver. I just need the front. I need that front display to be wider. I need it to be as wide as a real phone. And if they do that this year, they'll have a hit. They need to widen that phone, man. Rich says, hey, DS, we are late. Sorry, man. Thanks for the stream. Yeah, no worries, bro. Rich, anytime you come through, I appreciate it. Whether you're late, whether you're early, it's all good, man. I heard the new Tab S7 Plus update that hit today is a really good update. I'm waiting for mine to get it. Yeah. Check out Cam's channel. Cam has a dope channel. He reviews tons of tablets. He dropped a video today on, I think it was the S7, not the Plus version, but the S7, talking about that tablet. Those are nice tablets. Seb says, I hate the term daily driver. I switch between OnePlus 7 Pro, Pixel 6, OnePlus 8, can't decide. It's because we're tech nerds, but a lot of people don't have that luxury, Seb. That's why it's called the daily driver. Our little circle of tech nerds, we're very small. We might seem like we're a lot of people, but we're a very small circle of tech geeks that do this stuff, that are able to use multiple phones and able to have multiple phones. But most people aren't like us. Most people just have one daily phone that they use. But I get it. I got my N200 from my carrier for free, he said. I feel like I like the freestyle, the price too damn high. Yeah, man. Too goddamn high. As Flossie would say. It's so true. Phones are getting outrageous. And imagine what the 1 terabyte iPhone 14 Pro Max is going to cost. 1 terabyte iPhone 14 Pro Max. Starting price is $1,100 for the 128 gigabyte version. So then they're going to offer 256, 512, and 1 terabyte. That thing is going to be like $1,800, which is crazy. I'm not buying that. I want to see what they add to the S Pen on the S22 Ultra. Yeah, a lot of that stuff is gimmicky. I don't care about that stuff. Like the S Pen for me is just a tool to write with. That's it. Like all the swipe gestures and things like they do, That stuff it's gimmicks. It's just gimmicks. Like some people like it, but after you use it the first time and test it out, how many other times are you actually going to use it? Even taking a picture with it, right? You can push the button and take a picture with it. It's all gimmicks, man. The only good thing OnePlus is making right now is earbuds. Let the earbuds design team run. Yeah. Well, OnePlus isn't running anything anymore. Pixel 6 Pro primary. Oh, I could have guessed that, Barry. Pixel currently secondary, waiting for global release of Xiaomi, OnePlus, Realme, and the next Samsung releases to decide what will be my new secondary. Yeah. Is there, Barry, is there going to be a global release for Xiaomi? I'm all for that. I'm all for those phones. Don says it's solid. I'm usually a serial upgrader and I'm in no hurry. There you go. 11 Pro Max is super dope, man. Super dope phone. It's funny. I have a lot of cases around the house, right? A lot of cases for older phones I don't have anymore. And whenever I see those whenever I see those cases when I'm cleaning up or just putting stuff away and I pull those cases out, I'm like, damn, I miss that phone. And what do? I immediately go to eBay and I look for a good deal on those phones. Not that I need it, but I look for an 11 Pro Max and I cannot believe the price of the 11 Pro Max still. The 11 Pro Maxes, even used, are still going for like $700-800. It's crazy. The resale value on iPhones are still the best in the business. Seb says Dom Esposito was selling an ST for the low. Yes, he was. Hello, Mark. How are you, man? Bro, you can stop and you can bounce. You can stop and you can bounce. We'll put you in timeout. Carlos, do you think Samsung will make another pair of earbuds like the Galaxy? Yeah, there are rumors for a new pair of Galaxy Buds Pro this year. They're going to definitely make another pair. They are. And it's time. This year, we will see something for a new pair of Buds Pro. Gene says, I have not only the iPhone 12 mini, I have an iPhone SE 2020 and N200 5G and a Moto C Power 2020. I use each phone. That's what I mean. Like a lot of people don't have the luxury like we do to have multiple phones just to play with. That's what they are. They're just toys for us. They're all toys for us. Check Level Mama, the Bluetooth gestures and button is good for using your phone for recording and such, but I don't see me using outside of that except, okay, yeah. Very gimmicky. Cool. They're cool. I'm not saying they're not cool, but they're gimmicks. Let's be real. They're gimmicks. Barry says, yes, it will definitely be a global release of the 12 and 12 Pro. Okay, that's cool. Canuck Mark, going to bed. Good night, brother. Thanks for coming through. Max says, it's going to cost you your house, bro. Yeah. It's going to be like $1,900, man. It's going to be way too damn much. And who really needs 1 terabyte of storage? I don't ever need more than 256, ever. And I don't even come close to hitting 256. I might hit like 180, 190. Barry says a global release in the sense that it will be a European build of the Chinese ROM, so it will miss a few of the US bands. Okay. So GSM only, probably? Barry says, but all languages will be in English. I hope so. I would hope so. But the iPhone bills on those phones are a little expensive for all 4. Yeah, look, iPhones are super expensive, man. Carlos says, I bought the new Galaxy Buds 2, but they kept falling out of my ears. Yeah, I had the Galaxy Buds 2. I mean, that was another pointless release to me, but you know, some people love them, some people hate them, and fit is so different for everybody. We all got different ears, so you can never tell what earbuds are going to fit well for you, right? What fits for me might be terrible for you. And that's, you know, it's just what we have to deal with earbuds. GSM only, correct. Gotcha. Which I'm cool with. I use T-Mobile. Mark says, when is the S22 coming? Next month. Beginning of the month. I forget the actual date, maybe the 8th or so. They are going to announce it, and we should be able to pre-order it, and then we'll have it in hands by the end of February. I forget the actual dates, but it's announced beginning, and we'll have it in hand by the end of February. Seb says, I'm sure the OnePlus 9 RT has all the 5G bands. 5G is irrelevant to me. It doesn't really work here that well. I turn it off on all of my phones because whenever I'm in a 5G location, it just spins and spins and spins, and I'll turn it off and I'll turn on LTE and it loads right up. I got no issues with using LTE. So it'll work with all major carriers. I need to get my hands on it. Seb, you are a OnePlus fan. I like that, bro. February 9th. Okay. February 9th is the announcement. And I believe we'll be able to pre-order on February 9th. I think 512 gigs is a sweet spot. I wish that option was more available. It will be more available moving forward. We're, over the years, the amount of storage that companies offered us has grown and grown and grown. And I think we're at a spot now where 512 is normal, right? I think you're going to see it on every flagship phone and every mid-range phone to upper mid-range phone. I think we'll start seeing 512 as a norm moving forward. I don't think we're going to go too much lower. 256 at some point will become the bottom of the entry-level storage option. And why wouldn't companies do that? They can charge more. Why wouldn't they do that? Yes, Samsung Unpacked event. That's right. SpinFit tips are the real deal. Don Coven. Yes, they are. And look what I have sitting on my table right here. SpinFits. SpinFits are legit. Definitely. Yep, Unpacked. Max says, I think the only people that would need a terabyte on a phone would be like the photographers, like they take those massive like daily pictures. True. If you are a professional photographer and you use your phone for that, then yeah, 1 terabyte. But most professional photographers are going to have a dope camera anyway. February 25th is the official release date. Don't quote me on that. Yeah, I knew it was around the 23rd, 24th. So maybe 25th is right. But that's when we should be able to get them. And I'm excited for it. It's only a month away, guys. So it is coming soon. But we've been streaming now for almost an hour. So in about 5 minutes, I'm going to wrap it up. So we talked about the iPhone, what I like about it, what I hate about it. We talked about the Pixel Watch a little bit, just a little bit on the Pixel Watch. But I'm more excited for the S22 Ultra than I am for any of them. And the Pixel 6a is actually pushed back, I believe, until about May. So we won't be seeing the Pixel 6a until around May of this year, which is unfortunate, but everybody has to push things back because of what is going on. Max says, the only thing I can think of would be like a photographer. Oh, I just read that. But I appreciate you guys coming through, man, and chilling with me. I know there's a lot going on tonight, UFC, football, and things like that. So we are just going to wrap it up here, man. We might as well just wrap it up. And I'll say goodnight to everybody. I appreciate you guys all coming through tonight. And that's it, man. I just hope you guys have a good Sunday. Hope you guys relax a little bit. Stay out of the cold weather if you are in the cold weather. And I will be back. I got a few videos dropping this week. I'll be back next Friday night on Slangcast. Chilling on Slangcast. I'll be back next Saturday here, of course. And just get through the rest of the comments real quick. Sep says, I used to be a huge fan of OnePlus when I had the OnePlus 3, but they made so many weird decisions and releases. Me and Altered Tech are the only fans in the US. Yeah, I like OnePlus, but yeah, they've made some really bad decisions. Barry, peace, brother. Thank you for coming through. Appreciate you. Rich, have a good night. Carlos, thanks for coming through, bro. Mark, have a great night. Don, have a great night. And I will talk to you guys next week, man. Peace.